Transcribed by TurboScribe AI, weaving words into a narrative. Upgrade to enjoy an uninterrupted experience. Observing their connection revealed the profound emotions he harbored for her. I lingered in silence, hidden in the dimness of the hallway. The gentle illumination from the room caressed my features, allowing me to absorb the atmosphere while remaining unnoticed. My mother always exuded an air of elegance and confidence, fully committed to her duties, with her hair perfectly styled, flowing in soft waves over her shoulders, complementing her every gesture. A young man felt an undeniable pull towards the woman next to him, captivated by her very essence as he immersed himself in her presence. It is not my aim to imply that my mother lacks admirable qualities or is unlikable. Indeed, she certainly does, and quite profoundly, her beauty enchants, exuding a natural elegance that draws in everyone who lays eyes upon her. Her courage and unwavering spirit always draw people in, creating an enchanting aura around her. What truly caught my attention was how she had enchanted such a youthful and charming individual, so lively and brimming with enthusiasm. In that moment, I began to understand the story that led them to stand before her. It just so happened that I found myself in that place completely by chance. I hadn't intended to pay attention to them. As I made my way to the kitchen, I felt the familiar thirst beckoning me to quench it with a refreshing glass of water. Yet in an instant, her laughter drew me in completely. I watched my mother and her partner, noticing the warmth of their companionship as they stood close together and the exchanged glances that hinted at a profound connection between them. In that moment, it seemed as if everything in her surroundings had completely disappeared. The charm of my mother's talent enchanted her partner, despite the age difference between them. It was clear that the experience had left a profound impact on him, and the assurance she radiated was unmistakable. Every movement and each phrase she selected was meticulously designed to capture her focus, keeping her mind entirely on herself. Before they could feel my presence or entertain any uncertainties about being watched, I chose to withdraw. As I entered, a delightful blend of warmth and curiosity enveloped me, transporting me to a realm that felt both strange and inviting. As I crept softly along the hallway, I reflected on where my mother's wisdom came from. The visions that danced in my thoughts refused to fade, stirring a restlessness within me. I unearthed a new layer of her character that reshaped my earlier views. I hadn't considered all those facets before. In time, I came to understand that it might be crucial for my husband's joy. In the end, I found myself back at my mother's house, as my husband had chosen to pursue a relationship with another, leading me to make the choice to separate from him. As those thoughts danced in my mind, I began to weave together the tapestry of decisions I had made. Instead of looking for my husband to determine if that would work, I began to reflect on my mother's partner. The man who had shared just 2 years of my life seemed rather captivating. His way of speaking, calm presence, and inviting smile captivated me entirely. For a fleeting moment, I pondered if the bond we shared was perhaps too strong, but I swiftly brushed that idea aside, shaking my head to rid myself of any unwelcome thoughts. What thoughts are crossing my mind at this moment? Though it seemed like an unusual idea, I found myself unable to suppress a gentle smile at the very thought of it. My curiosity was leading me down a perilous path, one from which I may never have come back. As I stepped into the room, I gently closed the door, allowing the atmosphere to envelop me. In the quiet embrace of the night, the gentle click of the lock echoed, weaving a tale of security and solitude. I sank onto the bed, my thoughts swirling with vivid images and a warmth that blossomed inside me. I tried to drift off, but The vivid memories of their strong connection lingered in my mind, preventing me from finding rest. What kind of daughter witnessed her mother? Even more concerning, what were my reflections on the man accompanying her? I pondered over my musings. Yet, at the same time, a gentle whisper inside me provided comfort, reminding me that he was not my father. If you yearn for something, allow yourself the freedom to pursue it without constraints. Treasure the experiences you can hold close today. The atmosphere in the room was thick, each thought weaving its own tale that lingered in the air. The branches of the trees danced lightly in the breeze, their whispers mingling with the quickening beat of my heart. I tried to silence those thoughts to dive deep into the dream, but the sensation of having crossed a line kept me alert. As the first rays of sunlight filtered through the curtains, I understood that a new day was about to unfold. My thoughts were hazy, lingering in the dim light of a fading dream. Still, an unwavering spirit compelled me to lift myself from my slumber. As I wrapped myself in the cozy robe that always rested by my bed, I padded softly to the kitchen, a place where memories and traditions came alive in my mother's home. The rich scent of freshly brewed coffee enveloped the space, a fragrance that once evoked memories of relaxed afternoons, yet this time it held a special meaning. As I stepped inside, I caught sight of my mother at the table, savoring breakfast with her new companion, a man who still seemed like a stranger to me. His gaze possessed a captivating essence, a mix of warmth and curiosity that beckoned to be explored. At the moment he caught sight of Mbandame, my mother stood up with a sense of urgency. With a soft and inviting tone, she asked about my breakfast preferences, using that familiar voice I once adopted. To conceal unvoiced concerns, I promised my mother that she needn't worry, as I would take care of preparing the meal. With a serene composure, I ventured to the pantry on a quest for a cup. As I rose, I caught the young man's eyes on me. The gentleman with his meticulously styled hair and a friendly smile. Though his greeting was warm, his gaze remained fixed on me, scrutinizing every detail as if each one held a captivating tale. A strange feeling swept over me, but I covered it with a polite smile. Perhaps I believed it was just his unique method of showing appreciation for me. Or perhaps it hinted at something deeper. His inquiry about my rest caught me off guard, revealing a surprising level of comfort in our conversation. Though his words danced with a playful spirit, the look on his face wove a tapestry of uncertainty in my mind. The seemingly harmless inquiry echoed in my thoughts. Perhaps he noticed my presence earlier. A gentle tremor in my hands prompted me to hold the cup with a firmer grasp. With a calm demeanor, I activated the coffee maker, making sure my attempts to unwind were subtle and unassuming. The soft bubbling of water and the inviting scent of coffee enveloped the small room, breaking the stillness that hung in the air. After my words, I nestled into my chair opposite them, focusing my gaze on my steaming cup of coffee. Yet their gaze stayed locked on me, filled with a mischievous glimmer that I found impossible to overlook. With each sip of coffee, I felt his eyes upon me, transforming the moment into something more profound. My mother, blissfully oblivious to the mounting unease in the kitchen, stood up from the table with her usual grace. With a calm demeanor, she announced that it was time to embark on her workday. As her colleague rose from their seat, she made her way to where I was standing. As she drew near to bid her goodbye, I sensed an instinctive tension coursing through me. With a smile that felt like a secret just for me, she softly said, "Have a wonderful day," before leaning in and planting a gentle kiss on my cheek. Yet her movements unfolded in a way that was anything but simple. Her goodbye was filled with warmth and affection, just as one would expect from her, a subtle caress barely perceptible. Yet, it stirs a feeling of hesitation and caution deep within me. In that instant, I reacted swiftly, pretending not to notice, while keeping a courteous smile. As I watched him and my mother leave the house, the door clicked shut, echoing in the quiet of the room, and I found myself alone cradling a cup of coffee that had long lost its warmth. The rhythmic ticking of the clock on the wall was the only sound that pierced the serene atmosphere. Enveloping the kitchen, I immersed myself in various activities. To pass the time, I tried to grasp the narrative that emerged. Still a shadow of doubt danced in my thoughts. Was that kiss merely a mistake? Or did it hold deeper meaning? As I rose to tidy up my cup, I felt a surge of excitement coursing through me. The man's gestures and words seemed to carry a profound meaning that captivated my curiosity. The happenings of that morning wove themselves into each task I faced throughout the day, stirring a feeling of unease within me. That day seemed to stretch on forever, with every second draining vitality as time trudged ahead. As I stood in the kitchen focused on crafting the evening meal, the gentle sound of the front door opening caught my attention. As I remembered the moment my stepfather came home, before my mother, a gentle flutter danced in my heart. Though I couldn't pinpoint the cause, the idea of sharing a quiet moment stirred mixed emotions within me. There was a lingering discomfort as I navigated the complexities of my connection with my stepfather. In the end, he was the one chosen by my mother to accompany her through life's journey, and it became my responsibility to ensure her happiness and health came first. He stepped inside with intention, as though the house resonated with his very being. He placed his suitcase and jacket on the table by the entrance, and from that moment, his voice carried a warmth and assurance that drew everyone in. The aroma that fills this home is simply enchanting. As he confidently made his way into the kitchen, I glanced over, focused on finishing up the sausage and chorizo tacos. He moved with a soft elegance, each footfall on the wooden floor echoing a subtle certainty that suggested the unfolding of a narrative yet to be revealed. As he stirred in the pan, he paused at the kitchen door and inhaled deeply the aroma that had been crafted with such dedication. He inquired with a softer, more personal touch about what was unfolding in the kitchen. I shared with him the details of my preparations, and he took a deep breath, releasing it with a feeling of satisfaction. As he drew near, he commented, "Fewer and fewer. There's an intriguing aroma that captivates the senses in a delightful way more than." In his gaze, I caught a glimpse of something captivating and hidden that stirred a sense of unease within me, stirring up a reaction I didn't see coming. I found myself unready to face it. His gaze held for a brief moment, studying me with a contemplative look. In an unexpected moment, he shared his insight about the individual's husband being blind, his voice gentle yet resonating with significance. Fewer then. As you navigate your journey with the same passion and detail you apply in the kitchen, I have no doubt that everything will unfold beautifully. More than his gaze held a captivating intensity that sent a shiver across my skin, not from fear, but from the thrilling uncertainty of what could unfold next. I endeavored to keep my poise, yet his following words broke apart the fragile peace I had managed to maintain. "I am completely confident in your skills in that area, especially since your mother remains silent on the matter. It appears you left in a way that mirrors her own journey." Emotions swirled within me, a blend of irritation and uncertainty. I replied, striving to express outrage, even though I realized my tone was revealing my true feelings. Fewer than fewer. Then what makes you think you can address me in that manner? Once upon a time, there was a tale that unfolded greater than anything imagined, reaching beyond the ordinary into realms of wonder. A yearning for the hidden and mysterious started to emerge, dwelling in the core of my being. He drew a little closer. His presence stirred a sense of unease within me, leaving me at a loss for how to react. Fewer then, with the same bravery you showed during your visit yesterday. With a sly grin he spoke, evoking the image of a feline that has just ensnared its prey. Fewer than I saw you there. But I chose to allow you to complete your thoughts without any disturbance. More than. What if we explore the possibilities that arise from your husband's absence? As expected, you understand. The proposal laid before us was paused, brimming with dreams that felt distant, yet I couldn't shake the desire to delve deeper into the narrative unfolding around it. A hidden part of me longed for that, even if I kept it to myself. Just as I was about to respond, the door swung open and my mother entered the house. Her presence filling the room with an unmistakable authority. She wrapped her arms around my stepfather and planted a warm kiss on his cheek, dissolving the unease that had settled among us. For a moment, I found myself standing on the sidelines of my own existence, pondering a scenario that belonged to someone else. As I wrapped up dinner, the delightful echoes of her laughter and the glow of her warmth enveloped the space. As we gathered around the dinner table, my mother animatedly shared her tales, and I focused on keeping my demeanor steady, fully aware that he would not sit quietly. As the meal commenced, a subtle sensation grazed my foot beneath the table, confirming my instincts were spot on. At first, it felt like a fortunate twist of fate, but soon that sensation grew stronger, revealing itself with greater clarity and confidence. It was a struggle for me to come to terms with it. This person moves with astonishing speed. My heart raced wildly as I averted my eyes, hoping he wouldn't see the impact he had on me. Just as the clandestine happenings under the table reached a peak, the doorbell chimed, shattering the charged silence in the room. As the morning light filtered in, I rose with a sense of gratitude for the gentle nudge of the day, making my way to the door to greet whatever awaited me beyond it. In that instant, my mother-in-law wore a grave look, sharing the news that my husband had been involved in a traffic accident and was now in the hospital, conveying her wish for me to be there with him. I decided to join my mother-in-law, not driven by a wish to be near my husband, but rather because I understood that staying back would probably draw me towards my stepfather, a notion that stirred a mix of unease and curiosity within me. Yet, I never imagined I would act that way towards my mother. I felt a heavy weight on my conscience for having led her astray in such an unfortunate way. In looking back, I came to see that my mother's courage went beyond fleeting happiness. I made the decision to leave, suppressing my yearning, aware that regardless of my desires, I did not encounter that enchanting spirit. Thank you for being willing to hear what I have to share. As we come to the end of our time together, I invite you to join my channel and activate notifications so you won't miss any of the tales to come. If you enjoyed the content, it would be wonderful if you could show your appreciation by clicking the like button. I wrap my arms around your cherished friend, Laura, enveloping her in a heartfelt embrace. I can't wait to gather and share our experiences in the upcoming meeting, transcribed by TurboScribe AI, weaving narratives with precision, upgrade to enjoy an uninterrupted experience.